found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Imagine that. That's all. How's it going, bud?
Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward.
I just had a nice Chinese tea.
One step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure
Chicken and mushroom, egg fried rice, some spring rolls, crispy chicken.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself.
Anyway, how's your program going? How's your training going, lad?
That's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it, because it's inevitable. And I should know. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought.
You know you're playing tomorrow, aren't you?
So, I'm in the wings, I'm about to go on stage. But the guy in front of me, he's singing like paparazzi. He's just,
you better.
And I'm just shrinking, I'm getting smaller and smaller. So they say, oh, thank you very much, and you'll be hearing from us. So I come out with my little sheet music, and it was just my imagination by the Temptations. That's what I came up with. So
I just wanted to make sure my son, he likes Chinese food, you know. He's not even born, bro, and the cunt is grounded for 2 weeks already. He keeps kicking his mother, and we can't have that. Men don't hit women. And it'd be a cold day in hell, mate, before they ever let a man do that in front of me.
And they're not saying anything, so I'm thinking I'm getting better. I just start getting into it. Thank you very much, Mr. Washington. Thank you.
Bro, I was in the shower for about an hour. I was.
The next part of the audition, he called me back.
You know,
the next part of the audition is the
I use cold water treatment JP as a metastabilizer.
So they pair me with this guy.
Like,
and again, I didn't know about musical theater. And musical theater is
38-degree water. It's very cold.
Of the stadium. And I'm more from a realistic, naturalistic kind of acting where you.
He's a little pervert. He likes sex as well, and he's not even here yet. He's a little pervert. He's like his daddy. 3 baby mummies. It's legacy JP. My eldest son is 29 and he's gonna have a brother in April. How mad is that, bro? My daughter Saoirse is 26. She's gonna have a little brother. You know, my son's gonna be my grandson's uncle. Or something stupid like that. But I got him to uni, bro. And he walked up in Liverpool. And still walks up in Liverpool. Around postcode was You know what I mean? He was a head lead youth worker up there, bro, and some of the stories he told me, it's just fucking heartbreaking. Because of the toxic riots, Liverpool City Council will not. It's not just Liverpool City Council though, it's a lot of city councils. They won't release funding to high crime, low privileged areas like the area I'm from back home, Ballyferm and me. The police tread very carefully even going onto my old estate. You know, it makes the Grisdale estate and it makes Govan look like fucking Alton Towers, mate.
It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater
You know.
that I failed that first audition.
What, 4 off 900?
The point is, every graduate here today has
Brilliant.
the training and the talent to succeed.
You know.
But do you have the guts?
Nah, the fact, bro, I have 2 girls as it is. I have 2 daughters.
You're not even trying.
And now I have 2 sons.
I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression.
You know, like I said, I have one boy already, but the fact that I'm having another boy with a different partner, you know, like up until 2 weeks ago, I had a friend who I thought was dead, and I bumped into him on a hospital ward, and it's changed my life, bro. You know, I can't just forgive everybody else and not forgive him for what he did on me. But I can forgive him now, bro, because I've lost too many. You know, and if I could get someone back, like I always said, my 6 men are dead. My 6 best men are dead. And he was in that 6. He used to be me 6. He's been shot with Glocks, 9mm and Scorpion machine guns. And has the bullets to prove it. Sorry. The fragments of bullets he took out of him, he still has them. Well, bro, what I've learned is, I'm fucking 49. You know, I wish I had been a bit more forgiving years ago. But if you show weakness in that world, bro, people will take the piss, mate. You understand? And you can't let that happen. Like, a lot of people take the liberties on the YouTube community, and bro, they wouldn't last 2 seconds back home because it's different in Ireland and England.
Your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because remember this, you will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Then I've become a woman in this album. Just came together so naturally. It's my second album, so I've learned so much. And I think I've just like grown. I love that I got to work with and they're so special. They're like rootless rather than being specific.
You can't take it with you. The Egyptians tried it. And all they got was robbed. So the question is, what are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business people, theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have patience.
I've a lot of friends and family, JP, that been killed in Dublin gangland and all over cocaine money, bro. You know, that money makes you do stupid things and you make silly decisions. You know what I mean? And it can cost you your life, bro, as you know. Like in the UK, especially in Manchester, I live amongst postcode wars. These kids will do anything to represent a stupid fucking ass postcode. You know, it's fucking ridiculous, the mindset. And people that go to jail, people that have been sectioned for violence like myself, people that are certified, you need to fucking look and say, here, you can't let these kids get away with doing these things without checking them. Because here, as soon as you go into prison, you think you're a tough guy. We'll see how tough you are when you're on the wing.
Years old, I was at my
When you're
lowest.
getting put under pressure, hey Paul,
I remember the
hey
exact
PD, when you're getting put under pressure to bring money in,
I was helping my mother
you know, to
in
get your
shop
family members to bring it in, you know,
and then there
fuck
was
that
this older
shit.
woman who was considered
You
one of the
know,
elders in the
I
town.
wasted too many years of my life having that Bally farmer mentality. Oh, I'm from Bally, or so fucking what?
She just kept looking at me.
You
Every
know,
time I looked at her, she kept giving
you
me
are the
strange looks.
company you keep,
She
JP,
finally
you
took the
know.
dryer off her head and
My
said,
circle's
"Such and
smaller
such."
than a
Okay, I know.
fucking wedding ring, mate.
First of all, she said, "Somebody
I
give me
don't
a
hang
straight
around with
face."
nitties.
She said,
I
"Young
answer
boy,
to dons, not
I have a
Hamadons.
prophecy, a
You know,
spiritual prophecy.
if you want it in Irish, you can have it in Irish. If you want it in English, no problem.
And speak to millions of people." Now, mind you, 20 years old.
You know, I had to learn
In
Irish,
fact, like a wise ass, I'm thinking to myself, maybe she's got something in
you
the
know,
crystal ball.
because
Get back to
it's,
school next fall.
you know, you're speaking to other mates in jail.
But maybe she was on to something.
You know, a lot of these screws can't speak Irish. You're fucking idiots, yeah.
We put on a talent show for the camera.
You know, you can have it in English, Irish, or Spanish, mate.
Have you ever thought about acting? You're good at that.
You know, I have family that have businesses in
I
Spain.
changed my major once again.
I was supposed to end up in Spain. That's where my journey was supposed to end. Hey, JP, simple dream. A little boat. Me brother owned in his own restaurant. You know, that was my dream. To become a fisherman, mate. And every days with a little boat collecting shrimp, lobster and crab. And having the best diet in the world. But alcohol fucked that up for me. That's why I don't drink alcohol, ever. Never. Cocaine, up me nose, never. Again. I don't need alcohol or cocaine to be myself. I'd sooner do without it, in fact, because I'm on loads of meds, and I choose not to go near it. You know, and I never thought I'd get over that. You know, I thought I'd always want to take something. You know, just, and if the truth be told, I used to take drugs to block shit out. You know, and it didn't work. It worked only for a while, but the next day you still have your problems. You know what I mean? You don't go away.
While their origins stem from a World War II vehicle, they have since been converted by the River Company and other companies.
You can run to the end of the earth. You'll never get away from that. See fucking that. You know, you'll never get away from it. Especially if you have a conscience. If you're a good person, and anyway you won't. Sorry.
Believing there was a fire on board, the master
Fuck off, dickhead.
shut down the engine and executed the
Sorry about this.
As the boat began to drift,
Motherfucker.
deployed the anchor and awaited rescue. The passengers, initially unfazed, waited patiently for rescue. But tension mounted as a large barge pushed by a tugboat ominously approached.
I'm stuffed like a pig.
Petrolite, the passengers on the tugboat, noticed that the captain was mounting concern. He radioed into the tugboat, telling him to move around them and to not hit them, saying that their engine was not working and they couldn't move, but no response was given.
Iceberg, dead ahead. Iceberg, dead ahead. Whoopsie daisy. Oh. Oh shit! Get out of the way, mate. You're gonna be run over by a submarine. Fuck! Oh, mate, he's gonna hit that.
Alarmingly, Even with the imminent threat, no instructions were given to don life jackets by the boat captain. The barge, massive and unyielding, continued its steady advance. Now, for this to make sense, I kind of need to explain the background of lifeboats in general. When massive ships arrive at a port city such as New York or anything like that, they find themselves in a tight space with lots of obstacles to navigate.
Size of that
To
fucking
aid the
ship.
ship, huge boats are pushed by the thrust of a smaller boat behind. Despite them pushing the boats, these vessels are called tugboats. I know, weird, right? These smaller vessels are supposed to guide the massive ships to avoid calamity. Well, they're supposed to at least. The Delaware River is almost 2,200 feet wide where this was all occurring. So therefore, it theoretically offered ample room for the barge to navigate around the stalled tugboat. However, the tugboat pilot that was guiding the massive sludge barge up the Delaware River that day was being operated by a very negligent man, Matthew Devlin. Matthew was leading the colossal barge, blind and deaf. At some point in the afternoon, he left his post watching ahead and instead went to go take a personal call with his wife. With his attention diverted and the radio turned completely down, he was oblivious to the emergency unfolding around him. Petulant, one of the survivors, described it saying, "We were hit. It was an awful sound.
I fucking bet I was.
We rolled, we were in the water. The river, usually so clean, turned into a dark abyss. Panic followed as passengers plunged underwater, desperately trying to reach the surface. People inside could do nothing but pray they survived." All captured on video, the barge collided with the tugboat, swallowing it under the waves like it was nothing.
Fucking hell, man. Oh!
You can also see in the video one of the crew members abandoning ship just before the barge struck.
Yeah, I'd fucking jump
The
as well,
barge
mate.
never stopped, leading to the sinking of the tugboat,
Wow.
carrying 35 passengers and 2 crew members. This resulted in heartbreaking loss of 2 Hungarian students. A passenger by the name of Dora was one of the victims.
Fucking
She
hell.
had heroically thrown her life jacket to the tugboat's first mate in a desperate attempt to save him. This heroic act can also be seen in the footage. Tragically, this left her without her life jacket, and she lost her life in the process. Testimonies from other survivors painted a vivid picture of the chaos and fear that engulfed the boat as it sank. People were rescued from the water, and then the attention turned as to who was responsible. Investigations by the National Transport Safety Board revealed that this all occurred because of Matthew Devlin, the pilot of the tugboat. They said that Matthew's inattention was the primary cause for this disaster. He was completely engrossed in personal calls and failed to notice the vulnerable tugboat in its path. The time of the crash was 2:37 p.m. This was more than an hour after Matthew left the upper pilot house. Personally, I find it absolutely terrifying that someone so careless could be the pilot for such a large vessel. Families were fuming at the fact that this could have all been avoided, and of course, lawsuits followed. The pilot of the tugboat, Matthew Devlin, then 35, was brought to court for his actions. He admitted negligence, eventually pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter, admitting to the fact that he was not paying attention when the barge he was pushing rammed into the disabled tugboat. In court, Matthew expressed his sincere remorse, revealing that he had been dealing with a personal emergency regarding an operation on his son's eyes during the voyage. He apologized to the families and told them that their loved ones were in his mind 24/7. The court sentenced him to 1 year and 1 day in federal prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. He also was forced to surrender his merchant mariner license, meaning he could never captain a ship again. The aftermath of the accident saw legal battles between the families of the victims and the companies operating the vessels. Wrongful death lawsuits were filed against KC Transportation, which were operating the tugboat. Lawsuits were also filed against the Rhinoduct Company, the towboat operator. The dispute culminated in a $70 million settlement, with the families of the deceased students receiving the majority of the compensation. Despite this not really being the dock boat's fault, other than the life jacket situation and the poor handling before the collision, after this incident, the rider docks on the Delaware River were permanently suspended. However, the dock boat tours by the Rider Docks Company using these dangerously converted vehicles continued all across America, leading to a fatal crash in 2015, killing 5, and the tragic Table Rock incident, as mentioned previously, leading to the deaths of 17 people. This latter incident was enough for the Rider Docks Company to close, ceasing operations permanently in 2019.
Exceptional security for digital protection. ESET. Progress protected.
So, I was in Sheffield to catch your friend.
It's been funny adventure.
You took me climbing the peak.
Ah, yeah.
I'm not sure how the professionals do it.
Got you on a bike.
Blue Lagoon Island, also known as Salt Cay, is a serene, private island located just off Nassau in the Bahamas. This idyllic spot is famed for its peaceful beauty and the unique experiences it offers with dolphins and sea lions. Each year, Blue Lagoon Island draws in thousands of tourists. Many of these travel on cruise ships, often making stops on other beloved destinations like Paradise Island. So, picture this. You're on a boat in the Bahamas with your family, wheeling through the islands, soaking up the glorious weather and the crystal clear waters. It's the very last place that you'd expect a terrifying ordeal to take place. This alarming event unfolded November 14th, 2023.
No way, mate. I'm not getting on
That
one of
day,
them boats.
a double-decker catamaran cruise ship containing 30 or so passengers was making its way.
One of them boats you got on when you were in Egypt, or in
A
fucking that water
straightforward
with the
and
fish
simple
on your feet.
Now the weather was sunny, but as the ship progressed, the water turned unexpectedly choppy and rough. The ride wasn't as smooth as it was when they left. The journey began at 9:30 a.m. with everyone looking forward to exploring Blue Lagoon. But as the ship approached its destination at 11 a.m, things took a dire turn. Now this was reported, but it's not proven, but the captain, in an attempt to showcase a dramatic manoeuvre to the passengers and the boat, sharply turned the boat as it neared the shore, to sort of aim the rear end towards the island,
What?
to show off. However, his stunts
You feel like a
seriously
what?
wrong. As he swung the boat around, it began to list.
Like what?
The water
Like
flooded
killing
into
you.
the main cabin, causing panic among the people on deck. American tourist Kelly Chisel documented the whole ordeal in a TikTok video.
So we were on a two-tiered ferry, but we started to like stop and like turn to
No
go
point
into
more,
the like Blue Lagoon area.
Right, and putting them on
And
up here,
I
this
kinda
tower.
thought
Well, I brought them on
like
up.
the captain was trying to be silly and like whip was shitty because we all kind of went forward and the water kind of splashed up, kind of looking over the edge, and you could see that there was water coming into the boat, and we were starting to like, we were staying lean forward just because we were starting to sink. The captain driving it was like laughing because I think he was kind of showing off. Like I said, I thought he was trying to whip the butt end around, and I just thought he get whipped out the way he wanted it to. Then once we realized we were starting to sink, and we saw the water coming in, people were screaming, people freaking out. We all got our life jackets on.
She said everyone quickly donned life jackets and moved to the higher side of the top deck. The situation escalated when a crew member, visibly distraught and crying, rushed upstairs to grab a life jacket. Apparently, the crew were in hysterics and unable to provide clear instructions to the passengers.
So we were waiting for the staff to direct us on what to do, and they did it. So once we got to the point, that one guy jumped in, and everybody else was like, shit, we might as well do the same thing.
Everyone on the boat realized the gravity of the predicament. They donned life jackets and moved to the boat's upper level. But the fear was palpable. All captured in the viral footage from the incident. The footage shows people in life jackets crowded on
I
one
would
side of the
panic
sinking
like
ship.
fuck cause I can't swim. You not like that, and anyway, you won't be able to swim if you're fucking stuck underneath a boat.
Passengers began to jump into the increasingly rough waters, and many struggled to keep their heads above the waves.
Fucking
As
hell.
the ship capsized, mayday calls were made. Unfortunately, they were close to Blue Lagoon. Emergency teams, including the Royal Bahamas Defence Force and local authorities, responded swiftly. They got to the scene and began evacuating passengers and saving lives in the process. Once they arrived at Blue Lagoon, 2 passengers were rushed to hospital for their injuries, but the crew still didn't perform a head count. This was only done by one of the passengers, Kelly. Thankfully, they were all accounted for. However, in a tragic turn, a 75-year-old American woman who had been
fucking hell.
hospitalized passed away the following day.
What are you
The cause
looking
of
at?
death is unknown. But this story is a sobering reminder that even a leisurely cruise ship can turn perilous. If the reports are accurate, the
Hello.
captain's reckless attempt to impress with a dramatic entrance put everyone's lives in jeopardy. Remarkably, no lawsuits have been filed, and it seems the captain continues to operate these cruises to this very day.
United and Newport County tomorrow. When is the FA Cup draw? Was it today or will it be tomorrow after
This
the game?
harrowing tale unfolded on
If
December
anyone's
2nd,
if anyone knows,
2023,
like what
in
you
the scenic setting of the Malarkey Beach in Jalisco, Mexico. Despite the slightly overcast skies that day, the allure of the sun was enough to draw people to the shores. Among them was 26-year-old Maria Fernanda
Hello,
Martinez,
Mr.
a
A.
marine biology student at the University of Guadalajara. Maria was a part-time hotel employee, and that day she chose to spend her day off going to the
Four
beach with her 5-year-old
subs
daughter.
off
Sounds fun, right? Even the lack of
900.
sunlight wouldn't deter Maria
If you
and
have
her
a
daughter
backup channel and you
venturing
come
out
in
into the
here,
waters.
sub to the channel.
That fateful Saturday morning, at
We're
around
doing a watch
11
along
a.m.,
tomorrow.
as the beach began to come to life,
I have my
a
girls
truly chilling
upstairs
episode
at the minute,
was set
so
to
it's
unfold.
like
As Maria was swimming
tomorrow
65 feet
we'll
from the
do a
shore,
watch
she
along.
suddenly felt a sharp
Newport
strike
County
to
and Man
the snake.
United
She
tomorrow
looked
in the
down to
FA
see
Cup.
that a
Let's go.
massive shark had targeted her.
Let's go,
Being in
champ.
the water with her 5-year-old daughter, this put her in a frantic state, acutely aware of her daughter's safety. Maria's instincts propelled her into action. Desperately, she swam to a nearby floating play platform.
Oh,
As
that'd
she
be your
reached it,
worst
in a
nightmare, man.
valiant effort
On a
to save
fucking
her
one of
daughter,
them
Maria pushed her
amphibious
to safety
vehicles where
onto
they
the
can go in the
platform,
water.
but not before
You
she
know what I
cleared
mean? And kids
one
love them because you
glorious
can
fight.
see the bottom of the fucking
Horrified
water.
witnesses
You know what I
recalled
mean?
hearing screams
It's
and
like,
seeing the
but this
water
fucking
turn a
amphibious
distressing shade
vehicle
of red.
tipped over, man,
Brave beachgoers
and
plunged
started
into
to
the
sink
perilous waters
with
to rescue
30
her
people on
and
it, and
dragged
there was
her from
about
the scene.
12 kids
The
on that,
gravity
mate.
of Maria's injuries
Oh,
were
fucking
heartbreakingly
hell.
evident. Her entire
Heartbreaking.
left leg was missing. It had
I'd
been
be the
completely
first in the
severed by
water,
shock
mate.
and
Or
lost
just
to the ocean.
dive head first in, mate. Or take a deep breath and just dive in.
They showed Maria being pulled ashore, her condition rapidly deteriorating amidst the shock and the blood loss.
Very hard to communicate with people underwater as well, though, especially, you know, fucking hell, mate.
Because
Wow.
Maria was missing her entire leg, her femoral artery had been severed, causing her to hemorrhage blood into the sand. Despite the crowd's best efforts and the swift arrival of emergency services, by then,
Hello.
it was too late. By the time the emergency services arrived, Maria had succumbed to blood loss on the beach. In a miraculous twist, Maria's heroic act had managed to save her daughter, who remained safely on the play platform, spared from a similar tragic fate. The news of a fatal shark attack spread rapidly, prompting local authorities to issue warnings and take immediate
You have
safety
me
measures.
bleeding lost here,
Officials
bro. You
announced
speak
that there had not
fucking
been a
English.
shark attack in this area for 60 years and
Anyway, I hope
emphasised
you're
their
right,
commitment
chap.
to public safety. They said that they were going to build a couple of surveillance towers and that they were going to close beaches until further notice.
We finally
These kind of
did a
stories
chopper.
are the exact reason
We're
that I
far
love
away
the
from
ocean. I
900.
tell everyone to be careful of shark attacks now.
You know,
This
in
could very well
11
be your
months,
best
I'm
mate,
happy about
your
that.
brother, or even yourself. While sharks don't
I'm gonna
really
do a
like
watch
humans,
along
they
tomorrow.
will if they think you're an easy meal.
Gibbo would have
The
done it
first
with
bite
me,
is
but
them
he's
testing the
working.
waters. In the
But
second is usually them filling their stomachs.
while Man United's
In a
in the
heartfelt
FA
tribute,
Cup,
locals
the
created
next
a
time he's
makeshift
off, we're
altar
gonna do a
on the
watch
beach,
along together, man.
marking the spot of Maria's
I can't
tragic
wait.
demise. A solemn reminder of life's fragility
You know,
and the
I'm
sacrifice
looking
that
forward to
Maria made
doing it
to
with him.
save her daughter.
You know, seen him the other day with his little lad and all, bro. It was like a dream come true, you know. Seen it again, you know. It's mad, right? Well, I'll tell you how much me and Gibbo have in common, right? Dylan's mother and Saoirse's mother lives in Cabra, right? Now, me, Gibbo, and Neil Douglas, three best mates, and Bert, right? Me, Gibbo, Neil Douglas, all best mates as kids in the asylum. And my baby ma's from Cabra. Gibbo's baby ma's from Cabra, and Dougie's baby ma is from Cabra. We all ended up with three girls off the same street, all because of me. I introduced Neil and Gibbo to the baby mas. Fast forward, many years later, we find each other in the same city. At the same age, we become fathers of boys again. And both our partners are from the exact same place in Manchester. You know, he sat over there, he said, bro, how mad is it, we're 49 and we're here? You know, look at that. A 9, look at that. 12 gauge, look at that. Scorpion machine gun. He said, imagine our kids, bro, what they're gonna talk about. And I was like, yeah, my Thomas would be like, you tried to have my dad clipped and you missed. And how amazing is it that our daddies, you know, can put their differences aside as men and accept it for what it was and for what it is now is a beautiful thing. I watched him push my nephew down the road. And it was like God had rewarded me finally. He said, Jude, you've more chance of Elvis doing the can than you have a chopper playing down with you before you die. So, Ian Gibbons is your best bet. So, Chopper, I'm sorry, but I have to replace you when it comes to playing Don. Just a partner, that's it. Because I think I've more chance of getting a game of Don off him than I have a fucking you. You know, I'm buying a deck of cards, two-handed, yeah, we're getting at that fucking table, mate. Me and him, here. Get them cards out. I've not had a game of Don in 25 fucking years, mate. Do you understand? Here, I have the table, it's ready. Devon, where is he? Here, get the table. We have the table.
This entry begins on the
But
morning
Chopper,
of
the
October
fact that I'm
25th,
4 subs away from 900 in my
in
first
the
11
picturesque
months.
town of Tofino.
You know, I'm really
Now,
happy with
Tofino
my
is a small
progress.
town located on Vancouver
You know,
Island in the Canadian province of British
my
Columbia.
father would have been proud
The
of me.
town has just 2,500
Like
residents.
that.
However, the
I've
general
gone from
area
a
swells
certified
each year with 1 million
psychotic
tourists.
to a
Now, this is because
certified teddy
Tofino
bear.
is a gem for outdoor activities such as surfing and hiking, and it's also a global hotspot for whales, drawing whale watchers and tourists from far and wide. However,
No
on
bother,
that
bro,
fateful
that's
day,
fine.
24 people and 3 crew boarded the whale-watching boat, the Leviathan 2. Stretching 65 feet, the Leviathan 2 set off from the Tofino harbour at 1:30 p.m. They were going for a routine whale-watching cruise, and the tour began as you'd expect. Nothing out of the ordinary, with a
But-
safety briefing akin to those given
Chop,
flights.
I only come on for a half
50
an
minutes
hour.
into the journey,
Uh,
as the vessel ventured towards the open ocean, one of the passengers called
bro, it'd
Christian
be
Barfield,
fucking great,
seated
it
near the
would,
captain,
honestly.
Wayne Dolby,
It'd be
a
brilliant,
seasoned captain
I'd
of
love that.
18 years, sensed the sea conditions
You know,
changing.
simple little
The
things,
boat got
Chopper.
rougher and rougher, and
I
despite the
get
captain's
pleasure
calm
out
demeanour,
nowadays,
Barfield
you
felt
know what I
uneasy
mean,
and moved to the ship's lower level.
I always said that
Another passenger from
me
Germany
6 best
also
men are
sensed
dead,
a shifting mood. He
but
paused
they're
on the
not.
deck,
Me
watching
5 best
sea
men
lions
are
play
dead,
near Plover Rocks,
and I got one back
momentarily
from the
distracted
grave,
from
in a
his
way.
anxiety. Now this is when, all of a sudden, a colossal wave
So it's,
swept in.
I'm just delighted because Mark can play it on, Alex can play it,
It hit.
nobody can play it, and I've not had a game for quarter of a century, bro. Now, if you don't call that punishment, do you
It came
understand?
towards them, and they braced for impact. As it crashed over the stern, it instantly flipped the
But
34-ton boat,
nah, I'm blessed,
plunging
I
it
am.
and its occupants
You know,
into the cold,
I'm blessed with the
frigid
chick I
waters.
have, I'm blessed
Life jackets were
with the
not
people I have
enforced
around me.
so none of the
You know,
passengers were actually wearing
it's
it.
like in 11 months,
Passengers
I've gone from
to sinking boats,
volatile,
describing
highly
the oil being
volatile
thrown
to,
around like laundry
Um,
in a washing machine. Now,
and
as
I
you're
like that
probably aware,
feeling, I like
having
happiness in my heart.
cold water can be deadly.
You know,
As the low
like it's a
temperatures
very hard
reduce
thing to
automatic
forgive yourself on, it's a
cause one to
process.
possibly take
You know, but if you're truly ready and you
Cold water
believe
also
you
causes
want it,
hyperventilation
I know that there's
and
nobody
strain
wants it
on
more
hearts.
than I do, Chopper,
In
you
such
know.
conditions, even the strongest swimmers can be quickly
Uh,
incapacitated.
but
Amongst the
yeah,
chaos and the screams,
I will be
moments
back
of
on
heroism
tomorrow.
and despair resulted.
Man United are playing Newport County tomorrow.
Fighting for their lives. It all happened so
So I
fast,
shall
the
be
crew
back
members
on
on the Lion
tomorrow.
2 didn't have any time to send a distress call, and it was only by chance that
But
they were able
Gibbo's
to
walking
activate
tomorrow.
flare after the boat tipped.
He said, bro, only for I'm working, man, it'd be a pleasure, you know. So I said, tell you what, right, because I don't have Sky Sports, right, I watch the football on my phone.
Looked like it was standing on its head.
So it's like when he does get a free day off and there's a United game on, he's definitely doing a watch along with me, and I'm telling you now, the crack we are gonna have.
Because we come down.
I know, but it's not that easy, Chop, you know.
I might watch that now, actually.
What, Chopper?
Sharp, oh yeah.
Yeah. And you alright, Keaty?
As the boat sank,
Hey,
some
boss!
survivors clung
Keaty's
to
done
the
himself for
life raft, went in
mischief.
the water,
Uh,
clung to the sinking vessel.
Keaty's done himself for
Other passengers
mischief.
had already drifted out
Yeah.
of the water.
Hey, yeah, when he goes in, yeah, and his missus kicks him in the balls and runs up the stairs, and his ma gets in the way and headbutts, alright? And he goes, now look what you've gone and made me do. Look, you've got your mum upset. He's got that headbutting the mum, you know what I mean?
Your mum's upset.
Yeah, your mum's upset. Like, you just headbutts her, you know what I mean? He's saying your mum's upset. Look what you've just made. Look what you've just made me do. You've gone and upset your mum. He just headbutted her mum.
Six people had lost their lives.
Savage.
Fucking hell, Chop.
You
Not
can't-
your end, he goes, fucking hell, Chop. He shoots that Neville Bardos.
Yeah, Neville Bardos.
Neville Bardos. He goes,
The MV Leviathan
Chop,
ship
he's not your fucking enemy, mate.
section.
Well, he is fucking now, isn't he?
Who were on the boat began
Oh,
to
love it, yeah. He's not your fucking enemy, Chop. He
fucking
is
is
fucking
now,
out.
isn't
He
alleged
fucking
that the
is
ship's
now.
captain, Wayne Dolby, should have known of the large
So that's what you call a psychopath.
Oh.
He's like the Australian Bronson in a way. His mentality.
Yeah, Depot, yeah. Oh, we do.
one side of the deck.
Boss, Keaty's here. You're alright, Keaty. The screws
Oh,
are
I've
coming.
got one for you when you come off your live, right? Just type in Tom Hardy talking about Bronson, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, when he was doing the film, Charlie Bronson knew that Tom Hardy was doing the film. Anyway, he ends up getting hold of Tom Hardy. And so Tom answers the phone. Well, at the time he was splitting up with his girlfriend, right? So you know how Charlie talks. Charlie's like that. He goes, is this Tom? Tom Hardy shitting himself. He goes, yeah, Charlie. He's like, he goes, what? He goes, what are you doing, Tom? So Tom goes, you know, gives it, like to break the ice and all that, he goes, oh, to be honest, you know, I've split up with my girlfriend, and so here's the advice that here's the advice that Bronson gave to Tom Hardy. He goes, Tom, he goes, do you remember that little boy who drowned in the river when the river was rising and his leg got caught? And Tom goes, yeah, even though he didn't know what he was talking about, he just agreed with him anyway, you know what I mean? He goes, that wouldn't have happened to me. And here's what he's saying, he goes, because I would have said, cut it fucking off. It's like, you're getting this. He goes, Tom, listen to me, son. What I'm trying to tell you is...
Oh, bro, you're killing me here.
He goes, Tom, listen, son. What I'm trying to tell you is, sometimes we need to cut a part of us off in order to grow, in order to move on. And that's the way Tom Hardy explained it, made fucking funny. And you can imagine Bronson on the phone with them. After all that big deep conversation, yeah, he turned over to Tom Hardy and he goes, Tom, he goes, what you having for dinner, son? And I'm listening to this thinking, you fucking crazy, man, that's with me. He goes, just look out the window, what's happening out there?
Oh, bro, you're killing me, Don. Oh, for fuck's sake, mate. Oh. My brother is a big Charlie fan, what can I say, you know what I mean, bro? He's fucking hilarious, that cunt upstairs, I putting accents on and, oh, mate. But look, guys, I'll be back. I can picture Tom Hardy and all talking to Charlie Bronson, man, honestly. Hello, is this Tom? Tom Hardy shitting himself, you know what I mean? How you doing, son? And Tom Hardy's like, not too good, Charlie, I broke up with me missus. He goes, yeah, sometimes we have to cut a piece of ourselves off to grow, son. Oh, mate. The way Mark tells it though, it's funny. You know, and I like to laugh. Me fucking eyes, mate. Come here, listen, guys. My girls are upstairs, so they're gonna come down now in a second, okay? So I'm gonna end me live. I hope you all have a good night. Honestly, my brother, I swear to God, man. You know, Charlie Bronson, oh, fucking hell, like, you know what I mean? He's a man. Right, guys, I'm gonna end the live. I'll be back tomorrow. God bless you all. I'm away.